Thanksgiving in a cell home. Am I out of my mind? I am thankful for this transmission. I am thankful for music. What is the basis of the Nelson Mandela effect? Where does it come from? How is it that I still feel true awareness involves giving thanks, even as the horrors of war grow, as the technology to enslave us is grown, as the masters of hell succeed in pushing us all further and further into the psychopath-controlled prison, it seems. The loose extraction memory wipe hell realm. Teetering on the edge of oblivion, with the more than half the human bodies growing more possessed into cyborgs through the nanotech injections permanently. What's wrong with me? Stuck in all the growing financial slavery. How can I be thankful for that? And religious dogma continuing to get humans to blow each other up. Torture, grape, and kill in the name of God. And nothing's going to happen to all those, or most of those, on the files. Am I a masochist? No. Why did I put so much energy into 650 videos on a CIA-controlled platform that has mostly, to a large degree, hidden them? Do I like being controlled by the scumboy archons in physical flesh sacks? Do you think I'm a big, invisible? Do you think I'm in a big, invisible initiation, humiliation ritual? Like in the movie Animal House? Thank you, sir. May I have another? Thank you, sir. May I have another beating? Thank you, scummy YouTube corporate executives. May I have another advertisement? No, I don't want another advertisement. When I put the only comment on a Rumble video that I've received in years now on my own video, aside from somebody trying to get me to pay them to be my Rumble middleman to blow it up and get lots of views, when Rumble responded by emailing me themselves, saying basically, you should be our friend and pay us for more views directly. Well, knowing that DJT and Peter Thiel are the biggest funders of Rumble, it's like, the guy who started the PayPal Mafia and another surveillance, became a really wealthy guy starting a surveillance corporation with the CIA. Now they're trying to get me to join their team because I've already uploaded hundreds of videos to this C.O, and that's their response. You should join us and be our friend and even pay us for views. Well, How about just let me have comments on my channel again? Then I'll think maybe you're not such a tyrannical place. But you don't allow me any comments. It's not a good sign. Nah, I am thankful for the truth, for beauty, for goodness, for unconditional love and oneness that still, on occasion, shine like and including the sun through the chemtrails, if and when it's the real sun. And yeah, when these people who believe in Christianity try to serve me what I need through unconditional love, even if it's because they want to get into heaven, but particularly if they just are trying to embody the Christ, they remind me that the intention to be one with the good still exists. Yes, they might be deluded and mind controlled mostly, but there are essences and flesh sacks that are still mostly benevolent, and they remind me of the truth of goodness and how the good is vastly, vastly way more powerful than the evil, and that's why it had to be subverted. I am very thankful to the few of you who have the courage to listen to this show, listen to the truth from me in a flesh sack that has endured the massive attacks of several chronic deadly diseases. I am thankful that the devil cannot break my essence or ever achieve his goals. I am thankful for the chance to do my part, to break the slavery cult panopticon from within, to break the mental retardation and yet mind control mastery of hell. I am thankful for the benevolence that cannot be thwarted, no matter how much it is beaten and tortured. I am not thankful to be attacked. I'm thankful that I could choose the place and minimize the methods of attack and keep them mostly invisible. I am not thankful for cancer and MRSA. However, it did allow me to do something outside of being a slave. I am not thankful that my mother begged me for 3 years to take the Golden Country Club electronic prison fence instead of slavery. I am thankful I'm in it, the Golden Country Club prison electronic fence, instead of being loosed in hard labor. I am thankful Brad created this invisible no man's land right in the middle of the beautiful Santa Cruz Mountains forest, demonstrating and showing it's possible. I am thankful for the opportunity to blast the evil, even though they think they're in control of this, to verbally assault Satan and to try to put him back in his place where he really belongs, of nowhere, to send him back to the black hole where he rapidly is trying to force us all to go. You know, Tony Sayers left the UK to move to Mexico. And he says it's a lie, that it's really violent, that the Mexican people are really nice. But on his live yesterday, he, conferred what a lot of people are afraid of about Mexico. He said he had to stay in his rental for days because the cartels and police were shooting at each other. And it gave him compassion for how horrific war zones are, like Israel. Yet, if he had not left dark, gray, pseudo-peaceful England, just like California's pseudo-peaceful, would he still have freedom of speech when they're now locking people up in England for saying what we can say in the USA freely? I am thankful for the U.S. Constitution, for the USA Constitution and Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence. The words Dr. Bruce Lipton said were gleaned from the Iroquois chiefs that codified the original experiment of giving these essences and flesh sacks free will. And the parts of the original experiment we can still exercise. The rights we still have in the USA. I am thankful. I'm in beautiful California, in the organic breadbasket of the world. I am not thankful the conquistadores succeeded in mentally conquering these people hundreds of years ago, and they still accept it. For the vast fucking majority of them, they still accept being in the financial chains and often the filthy Luciferic thought inversions. I am thankful for my computer and my cell phone, not how the blue light poisons me and how they poison and control us. I saw a very good-looking UCSC student, cyborg, slave, texting on the bus last night, and it reminded me of why I didn't get one of the reasons why I didn't get one of those fucking things for 20 years. And I only got a cell phone for this channel, really. And they were texting so fast when you consider the injections, and wow, it's like I saw, 10, 15 years ago, I saw the most fertile, hot-looking young women and girls and young people with flapping necks like they were 90 years old when they were 21 or 16 or 31, because they texted so fast. And the way that her hands, like somebody that learned how, took a typing class, she was texting so fast, she looked just like a hot 20-year-old girl who was a computer robot, because her hands were moving so fast. I'm thankful to have a cell phone to learn, teach, disseminate knowledge, and text, even myself. Because when I text, it's in somebody's chat room or a comment that's probably, serving awareness or bringing something to the human race. I am not thankful for what it does to my health. I'm thankful for the elements, even though they too are decimated by inverted, subversive, electronic prison creation tactics, because the controllers of the Matrix, the devil, can only create more torture. They can't really create anything good at all. Like the tons of aluminum dust clouds encrusted with self-replicating nanotech and graphene dioxide and cheap heavy metals. And these colonies, just like the needle tech experiments, I am thankful to blow holes in the panopticon from my Golden Country Club monk's prison cell. This cloth little place that I still reside in. Another minute. I am thankful because it is still, thankfulness is still a foundation of real spirituality and necessary element of healing, truth, and escape. In other words, if I'm really being real, it's something I feel is necessary. I am thankful for the real power of the true love. In the Anthropos, the love that the Aeon Sophia and the male Aeon Christ Thelema had for each other, that allowed them to create the original humans before your violent fake warlord gods ever got here. I'm thankful for the unbloody and not cannibalistic parts of nature, the parts of it that are truly beautiful. The majority of it, that is peace. I am thankful. I've had moments, glimpses and awareness of the true nature of these talking flesh sacks, our true essence that can build back and forwards way better than the demiurge. I'm thankful for the moments on the Typical Skeptic podcast I've shared where the truth has shined through. I am thankful that we are really such amazingly powerful essences that they had to go to these incredible means to control. You know, they had to do all this stuff to prevent us from ever knowing what I teach here. To prevent us from ever knowing that we're the actual divinity. They had to go to these incredible means to control, cage, loose us, and try to turn us into farm animals, or goyim, as the evil ETs instructed their wardens to call us. I am not thankful for the way the archons have mostly destroyed love, sex, inverted and crushed organic sexuality, families, harmonious relationships, peace and normal human awareness, and turn them into slaves and oppressive narcissistic systems and love bites, alien loose extraction devices. But I am impressed. I'm not thankful to the fake gods and their systems of oppression, but I have admitted many, countless times that they were impressively good at their filthy tricks. Why do the fake gods insist I must stay so small? Both my penis and my social circle and the amount of people that watch this, to the point of deleting views to try to pretend like less people watched it than have. I'm not thankful to the way most of us are corralled into financial slavery or war and controlled by the moral retards and spiritually, actually pathetic, foundational imbeciles we call the light bearer, the devil, Yahweh, or in our governments. I am not thankful to be dying of disease-based attrition if I accept it, the part of my shadow work I haven't done. I'm not thankful for the shadow work I haven't done. And sexual starvation. I am thankful for the chance to shine. For this chance to shine the truth into the panopticon. My Thanksgiving prayers haven't changed. Though I did get out of the habit temporarily when I noticed this plain net and internet web has been created, or, in the case of the internet, or rendered into a hell and poisonous cage. My shamanic Thanksgiving prayers are: I give thanks to the sun. I give thanks to the earth, or the soil, the wind, the waters, the ether, and the essence. I am thankful to Christ Sophia, even though I am naturally offended that, according to the old Gnostic books, she created this abomination, Yaldabaoth, and that led to all of this filth. I too have inherited a bit of her creative magic and had it naturally be infested by her insane hubris to think that I can create without an essence in a female flesh sack, in this case, or yin yang, without that I can be a divine creator without hierogamy. And obviously this is where you can see that my creations can be lopsided. All this thwarting has been because we truly are we truly are divine junior God creators, or at least those of you who are the so-called pneumatic souls. We really are also junior gods ourselves. Otherwise, why would it have to be so much effort going into messing it up? And yeah, like the slave matrix system in reverse, my creations have suffered greatly from this lopsidedness. Yet, still, above all, even though I feel the Bodhisattva concept is hubristic hooey, I am thankful my divine essence came back into this horror show to remind folks of the truth through creativity, that the memory wipe doesn't work perfectly, and I was able to retain some of the creative powers that I must have earned in the past incarnations. I am thankful for the moments I have made and shared some decent creations. I am thankful for art. Why can't Joshua call or email me? Your focus does greatly affect the outcome, duh. And if, like him, you think this is only a hell, that could prevent you from escape. Because if you can't see, as an amazing, video artist as he is, to not be willing to admit that he's a divine creator could hold him back. Why does Dead MF elucidate truth so well? How can he be a 23-year-old flesh sack and know so much about the truth and his channel, The Prison Cold Life, yet still have a psychic boot or locked ankle chain like PDF files in Florida? It is because they think this place is only a hell realm. In this hologram, because what the new cages tell you is a half or partial truth, your thoughts do affect your reality. And yeah, most people are in a suffering pit of psychological or even physical torturous hell. In this hologram, it appears that it is necessary to be thankful for the actual, real good to see beyond the walls of Plato's cave. Plato's cave and his allegory of the cave. Beyond the electronic prison fence to escape and heal. Remaining thankful and noticing and giving thanks for the truly good are probably essential requirements to escape the hell of the afterlife memory wipe. As this nightmare was built on our participation in perception.